Welcome to the Build Your Private Practice podcast, a space for Canadian therapists who want to support others, make an impact, and build a sustainable practice that works for them too. I'm your host, Liane Wood, a registered psychotherapist, group practice owner, and business mentor, and I'm here to help you build a private practice that allows you to keep doing the work you love without burning out. Because the people who need your help the most are counting on you, and you deserve a practice that supports you while you support them. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Build Your Private Practice podcast. I'm your host, Liane Wood, and today we're diving into a topic that so many of us experience but rarely talk about until it's too late: burnout in private practice. Now, burnout doesn't always look like lying on the floor, unable to function. Sometimes it looks like constantly rescheduling clients, feeling resentful about your caseload, or realizing you're fully booked but emotionally drained. And if you're anything like me, it can sneak up on you while you're still checking every successful private practice box. So, in this episode, I want to help you recognize what burnout really looks like in private practice and why you often don't see it coming. We'll explore the nuances of burnout as a private practice owner, not just as a therapist. We'll talk about the hidden causes, the signs you're likely ignoring, and what to do if you're feeling the weight of your work more than the joy. So let's start with the first big idea. Burnout in private practice looks different than in agency work. Many therapists come to private practice to escape the burnout they experienced in agencies, the endless paperwork, the high caseloads, the poor pay, and the lack of autonomy. But what I want to highlight is that burnout doesn't just disappear because you're in private practice. It simply wears a different disguise. In private practice, you are in charge. You create the schedule, you choose the clients, you set the fees, and that's amazing until it isn't. What starts as freedom can easily morph into pressure, and the pressure to succeed, the pressure to stay full, the pressure to say yes to everything because now your livelihood depends on it. You might find yourself working evenings and weekends, skipping breaks between sessions, or seeing clients who aren't a fit just to pay the bills. And unlike agency work, where you can blame the system, in private practice, the responsibility lands squarely on your shoulders. That kind of mental and emotional load is exhausting, and it can lead to burnout in ways that are easy to miss because from the outside, everything looks successful. Secondly, I want to talk about the three invisible burnout patterns. So let's dig into these patterns that I see all the time with therapists in private practice. The first one is the over giver. This is the therapist who gives and gives in every session. They go over time, they check in between appointments, and they worry about their clients at night. Their boundaries are blurry, not because they don't know better, but because they care so deeply. And the result is they're feeling drained, depleted, and often questioning their own capacity. Second is the hustler, and this therapist is always chasing the next thing. They're on every social platform, constantly tweaking their website, signing up for more trainings, thinking about launching a course or a group or a podcast. They're doing all the things, but can't remember the last time they took a full day off, and their nervous system is stuck in overdrive. Third type is the avoider, and this therapist is disconnected. They dread checking their email. They feel flat before sessions. They procrastinate on admin tasks, and they're not sure what happened. They used to love this work, but now everything feels heavy. This often comes after a long stretch of overgiving or hustling. Now, these patterns aren't failures, they're signals. And the more we normalize talking about them, the sooner we can intervene. So being fully booked can be a burnout risk. And this one is a hard truth because, and I know this because I've lived it. For many of us, being fully booked is the goal. But no one tells you that a full caseload can actually amplify your burnout, especially if your practice isn't set up to support you. Are you seeing clients back to back without breaks? Are you working evenings to accommodate everyone? Or are you charging rates that reflect your value and sustainability or still undercharging out of guilt? Here's the thing. Fully booked does not equal fully supported. A full caseload with proper systems, boundaries, and energy management is a fast track to exhaustion. You start to feel like your practice owns you. Now, number four is your business model might be the problem because burnout isn't just about doing too much. It's often about doing wrong things for too long. And that usually starts with your business model. Maybe you're operating under an outdated model that no longer reflects your current goals or your season of life. Or perhaps you're still offering sliding scale rates to everyone and taking on too many clients, or working with populations that aren't aligned with you anymore. Maybe you're relying entirely on one-to-one sessions with no other revenue streams. The structure of your practice should support your energy, not sabotage it. And that might mean shifting your schedule, changing your pricing, adding group work, or creating more passive income options like digital products. You don't have to go from burnout to empire overnight, but something has to give, and your business model is a great place to start. So let's talk about the myth of doing it all yourself, because this is another huge contributor to burnout, the belief that you have to do it all alone. You may have started your private practice to be your own boss, and that's empowering until it becomes isolating. Suddenly, you're the therapist, the receptionist, the bookkeeper, the marketer, the content creator, and it's no wonder you feel overwhelmed. Let me be clear, just because you can do it all doesn't mean you should. Delegating doesn't make you less capable, it makes you more sustainable. Whether it's hiring a VA, using private practice management software like Jane, or investing in done for you marketing tools, getting support is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So the first step towards reversing burnout is to, really, if you are recognizing yourself in everything I've said so far, here's the truth. Recovery starts with honesty. You have to stop pretending that everything's fine, and you have to look at your practice with clear eyes and ask, where am I leaking energy? What feels heavy? What no longer fits? And you don't have to fix everything overnight, but you do need to start listening to the signals your body and your practice are giving you. Start small. Now, that might mean taking one day off per month just for you, or saying no to working with a client who isn't aligned with you. Maybe it's raising your rate by $10, or perhaps it's blocking 15-minute breaks between sessions. Tiny shifts, repeated consistently, create transformation. Your practice should support your life, not drain it. So let me say that again. Your practice should support your life, not drain it. You did not go into private practice to be miserable. You did it because you wanted more freedom, more income, and more alignment. And those things are still possible. Burnout doesn't mean you're not cut out for private practice. It just means something isn't working, and that's something we can change. So here's your action step, and your challenge today is this. Identify the one area of your practice that feels the most heavy. Is it your schedule, maybe your rates, your client mix, your marketing? And then ask yourself, what would feel like relief? And if you need a place to start, I created the Private Practice Fast Track Kit to help you simplify your marketing, attract aligned clients, and build systems that support your energy, not drain it. And you can grab it through the link in the show notes. This kit is not just a bunch of templates, it's a reset, a way to come back to your practice with clarity and confidence. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Burnout does not have to be your forever story. There is a path through it, and I'm here to walk it with you. Until next time, take good care of yourself and your practice. This episode is brought to you by Jane, a clinic management software that's here to make practice life a little easier. For many of us, documentation can feel a bit clunky and disrupt the flow of an appointment, and that's where Jane's templates can help. With dozens of customization options, you can tailor your templates to your workflow so you can focus your energy on what matters, helping your clients. Access the template library built by practitioners across different disciplines. Then, edit those templates you like to fit your unique needs without starting from scratch. Or create your very own templates for every step of client care, including intake form questionnaires, clinical surveys, and treatment plans. This way, you have everything you need to start your appointments prepared. To learn more about how Jane can help your documentation work for you, head to meet.jane.app/documentation to book a demo. Oh, and one last thing, if you're ready to get started with Jane, you can use my code BYPP1MO for a 1-month grace period on your new account. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Build Your Private Practice podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a fellow Canadian therapist who needs this. And remember, the work you do matters. Keep showing up, keep holding space, and keep building a practice that works for you. If you're looking for practical tools or support to grow your practice with more clarity and confidence, head to buildyourprivatepractice.ca. There's lots waiting for you there. I'll see you next time.